It's me, Miss Urena Star, and I'm back with another vlog. And today I just want to talk about the power of the circle and the power of the wave. Now, I just listened to like a quick YouTube video of Terrence Howard saying how the universe is round and the stars go round, and basically how everything is waves and how straight lines are not natural. The natural environment of the world is a lot of the way nature works is it's like curve and and it's round basically. There's power in circle. And I just found what he said just so fascinating. I mean, he's such a learned man, like especially with his maths, just equations that he's been talking about, how, Western maths is just so wrong, it's just totally wrong, and how, you know, zero doesn't exist. Um, Basically, I just found it really, really interesting, like what he said. So, what he said in terms of, you know, the universe existing in waves and vibration, and I've listened to a lot of Bobby Hemmett and how music affects the mood of basically the music that that transmits, and the vibratory frequency of the sound of especially black music, which is very good. Um, the vibration of the power of black music can really shake the universe, and the sound of black people, our voices, I don't know whether it's connected to the melanin, but we have power in terms of our voice. And top it up with going round in circles, um, there's a lot of power in that. And just the other day, well, like a week ago, I attended a strangers meeting strangers event, and I went there where so it's like strangers get to meet strangers. Like, how cool is that? But the way that they organized the room was in a circle. So they had all of us sitting in a circle with rows of chairs going round, and yeah, it was just really interesting. Like, all the chairs were just going outwards in a circle. And while we were discussing this, there happened to have been a so-called farmer, a so-called stranger, and he discussed that, there is power in farming circle, like in a round, basically. And he said how, he likes to plant his plants in a circle, and the plants like it. Like, when you plant in a circle, like different plants, and then you have like different plants going in the inner circle, and then a plant in the middle, rather than plants being planted in a flipping square. Like, if you look at the farm, like when you like fly over the top and you see like these like square farms, like that's wrong. It should really be a circle. Shouldn't be like farming, like especially with this whole, you know, capitalist farming where you have a tractor and they're just so disconnected to the earth, and they farm in rows, and they have a tractor that comes in and cuts it, whereas the original way of farming was circle. And if you look at the way that Africans built their huts, it's circle. Not necessarily only Africans, but the native black people of this earth lived in round houses. If you look at the churches of the old, it was round. That's because there is power in circle. There is power in round things. If you look at the tattoos of the Africans, they have the circle and the dot in the middle, and that's connected to the ancient Egyptians. If you look at all the ancient monuments, especially in Britain, if you look at Stonehenge, it's all in a circle because there's power in a circle. So what I wanted to say was, I just think that that's all connected to what Terence Howard was saying in terms of the universe operating in a circle, and sound being transmitted and energy being transmitted via waves. And and then it was just so weird because while I'm getting all this information, my daughter comes home and tells me, "Oh, today we learned about sound and how it gets transmitted, in a circle. I mean, in waves, and that's how." So, and I'm like, "Oh my God! Like this information is like coming to me in different directions." So when I attended the stranger attending stranger meeting, when the farmer was talking about the power of planting their seeds in a circle, I totally forgot where I got the information about, Terence Howard talking about, how the universe is round and it operates in wave. It operates. Oh, sorry, that just had to come out. It operates in a wave and in a circle. And then when he mentioned that, you know, the plants just love being planted in a circle, I then said, yeah, that's related to waves, like because there is there is power in waves and in a circle, like there's power in that. And he agreed. He was like, yeah, you get it, girl. Even though I got that information from Terrence Howard, and but it just I put it two together, and I'm like, yeah, I get why the plants like being planted in a circle, and how straight lines are not natural. Like straight orange lines, like straight square lines are not a natural thing. That I mean, there's nothing natural about square and straight lines. Like it's always curved or a circle. So yeah, and then he was like, yeah, I get it. And then I was like, cool, because you know if you look at the old way. And then it just made me remember, I read a book, I don't know where I got this book about farming. I was reading this really amazing book, and the author, a British guy, he said how ideally the ideal society would be people having a little round house and then a plot of round circular plot of land where they grow their vegetables. And the author even said that, you know, that would be the utopia society to live in, where everybody gets to grow their own food. And the ideal way of using land would be to provide a little round little plot for the people that live in a little round hut, rather than this commercial square land that's owned by one farmer and acres. Like every human being should be able to grow their own food and have their plot of land, and that's the ideal society that we should be living in. So, and then it just made me think about the power of the circle and the power of the round. When you look at the Bible, when you know when the story of when the when Jerusalem fell, what did the Israelites do to make Jerusalem fell? The walls of Jericho, that's it. When the walls of Jericho fell, the Hebrews, the Israelites, they went around the city of Israel shouting in a circle. They went around like numerous times. And God ordered them to do that, because when a group of people, particularly black melanated people, get together and they start shouting all together at the same time in a circle, it creates a force to make the walls of Jericho fall down. And that's because, there is power in a circle, and that's how God, created things that way. So they went out and they marched around the city in a circle with their voices vibrating in a circle, and they're also going round, and that wall had no chance. They didn't attack the wall. They just used their God-given vibratory frequency to break down the walls of Jericho. And the sound and the vibration of black people going round and round the city of Jericho caused the walls to come crumbling down. And that, my friends, is the power of the circle, of going round in circles. The ancients got it. The ancients got it. Our ancestors got it. And then this new wave of square lines, like, it's just so out of touch with nature, out of touch with the original Alpha Omega, the original black people of this earth. Like, if you just look at the way the houses are designed, like the flipping triangle, square jagged edges, like, it's just unnatural. And if you just look at the standard of beauty that we see, which is, a rectangle skinny woman, when really the original standard of beauty was a fat curvaceous black woman. And we black women couldn't be any more different to what is the standard, which is a washboard with no curves. So, and I just think it just goes against nature, and we just need to start embracing the circle, and the everlasting circle. And yeah, I just wanted to just do a quick video about that. Thank you.